template in Daniel chapter 2, we know that Daniel chapter 7 comes and reiterates the same thing that Daniel 2 says, but in different symbols. And when we understand even the biblical principles of interpretation, Genesis 41 and verse 32 says there that when a dream, yea, even a vision, is doubled, it's because God has established it, and it shall shortly come to pass. So when God doubled the dream or vision in Daniel chapter 2, showing under the four beasts, the same thing you see in Daniel 2 with the four different metals, that Babylon, Media, Persia, Greece, and Rome. Here, God is establishing the order of how the world's superpowers would be all the way down to the end of the world. In other words, it is now locked in. Locked in. What's locked in? Babylon, the Medes and Persians, Greece, then comes Rome, even Western Rome or pagan Rome, followed by church and state among the 10 divided European nations, even the Roman Catholic Church. That order, according to Daniel 2 and Daniel 7, cannot be changed because it is locked in. Genesis 41, verse 32. Also, we can go Job in there also, Job 14, but we'll leave that alone for now. So when we come down to Daniel chapter 8, and we're looking at verse 24 and 25 to look at this point in a moment, but in Daniel chapter 8, it doesn't start with Babylon, it starts with the Medes and Persians. And then it follows with Grecia. And because we already have the template that's locked in Daniel 2 and Daniel chapter 7, we know by God's prophetic principles of interpretation what power comes after Greece. Pagan Rome, followed by the papacy, among the divided nations of Europe. This is the same order that you see in the previous chapters before, amen? So here, even in interpretation, Gabriel explains it thus, from verse 20 on down, but some come down to verse 23, 24, and 25 and get confused because verse 24 and 25 has a double application. What type of application? A double application. You say, how is it a double application? Because in Daniel